Hey everybody, Alan back here with Bass to Basics. Another episode tonight. Little different location here. We're in the bedroom instead of out in the kitchen where we normally film them, or outside. I've been having some back issues, so it was a little uncomfortable for me to be out in the kitchen tonight. So little change of scenery tonight. We'll be back to normal here pretty soon. But so a couple things I wanted to go over. Got some unboxings to do here. Just got my first month of Rish Tacklebox. A lot of people I've seen post about it. They had nothing but good things to say, so I figured I'd check it out. And I'm not sponsored by Rush or Monster Bass, which I will be getting my Monster Bass box in the next day or two. And we will be doing an unboxing for that as well. It's topwater month for them. Very excited about that. I love me some topwater fishing. Nothing more exciting than seeing a bass blow up on the lure and trying not to panic and set the hook too early. But all jokes aside,
that you've done a few times.
Yes, yes, more than a few. So with these boxes, one of the cool things is it's $29.99 a month. As I said, I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I pay full price just like everybody else. It's gonna be a very, unbiased review. With Monster Bass, I've been very happy, but this is giving me something a little different. Some of the mystery tackle boxes I've bought from Academy, I've been happy with some, and some I've kind of wanted to go get my money back, just because of the small sample packs and things. So we'll see how these look. Now, the cool thing is when you buy your first box, you can actually go in, pay just shipping and handling for what they call their limited edition box. And it gives you a full list of everything that's in it, so you already know what's coming to you. And you can go ahead and get the mystery bait for like an extra $5, which I did. So I think the total with shipping and handling the mystery bait and everything was like $20 or so. So, really good deal. Depending on what's in there, it could be a great deal. So, got these in the mail today. Got home from work. Had my dinner. Let's jump into this. First couple things I want to show you is a couple things I've picked up here recently that I'm kind of excited about. Maybe this will be something you guys want to pick up. This came from Academy. It's the Academy brand, the H2O Express. This is a jointed wake bait frog. Now, if you know me, you know I love shallow fishing, topwater fishing. I also love to just crawl things along. This is kind of the best of both worlds. I can do a little top water, but I can crawl this if I want to. I can fish it a lot of different ways. It's got that more straight up and down build there, like a wake bait. It's got the nice joints there. They kind of click a little. No rattle. A slight rattle, but I consider that almost no rattle. It's very, 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 very quiet. And you got these plastic legs that kick off the back here, which I'm sure a fish will bite these off in no time, but it's like $6. I definitely want to try it out. White works a little better around here than black for whatever reason, unless we go up to Carter's Lake. Black is definitely the top water color up there, dark color, but most of the lakes I'm fishing in around here, ponds, white works a lot better, so I'll pick this guy up, see how he works. Got the red eyes there. I'm kind of excited to get on the water and throw this weekend. It's going to be a fun one. Couple other things I picked up. So I went to my local Walmarts. In Dalton, we have two of them. And one of them, they both had these boxes of yum baits. And they're basically like these yum assortments. There's like 5 or 6 baits in each pack. Weird colors, weird baits. So what I ended up getting under the yum baits is a pack of biffle bugs. They actually say Gene Lure right here on the tongue. These are basically biffle bugs. They're hollow body. Got the little tongue there. These crawl legs actually have little paddles at the end. The action on these, I've got a couple other colors in these. The action is incredible, and the reason I got this color, it's an odd looking color, but for whatever reason in the northern Georgia area, the shad here, up in Baltimore, the shad were a little bit more dull colored. The shad here are very shiny. They have a lot more silver to their skin. So when I'm buying shad imitations, I'm looking for something that's really shiny. in this area, and this has a lot of that shine to it, a lot of silver flake in it, and it's just gonna be kind of an imitation, and it's actually very lightweight for something that size. It's about a good 4.5, 5 inch bait, but I'm really excited to fish these, especially going into spring of next year. You know, I'm always looking ahead, trying to, if I see something that may be on sale right now that will be good in winter time or spring of next year, whatever, I'm really trying to pick some stuff up, because I'm always looking for sales and clearances, because you can pick up some really good stuff. This is like $1.50, so you can't really beat that. And then they had these on clearance as well. I love the Missile Baits D-Bombs. If you haven't fished with them, I really suggest it. These things are incredible. They have little kickers on them, and they have these little flaps, but they also have these ribs, which displace a lot of extra water. And this color is called Super Bug. So you got like a green pumpkin with black flake on this side and a June bug on this side. It's a, you know, best of both worlds. You can rig it a different way to give it a different presentation, really. Different color schemes. Huge fan of the D-Bombs. I absolutely love these things. You can fish them so many different ways. You can swim them, you can flip them, pitch them, and drag them. They work. You can use them as a trailer. They work amazing for everything. So, Super Bug, great color. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these here. There we go. All right, let's see what this. All right, so this is the limited edition box. So this is, you get the little card here, tells you what everything is. I'll look at this a little bit later. They have a contest on the back here. You can do like a snap post-win kind of contest. And they've got all the prices listed and all that. It says the total value of this box is $89.91. So, I mean, we'll go through here and we'll see if it matches up. You know, I'll keep this right here. I know bait-wise, some of these are a little higher, some of these are pretty spot on. And we'll go through that, just looking at what my average prices are around here at Academy and Bass Pro and everything. First thing we got is a Tug face mask. It's like a purple and black. So my wife doesn't really have a face mask, but I mean, this is a pretty cool design. So this will probably give to her. I've got a few of them. I've got some of them from the Mondo boxes, the Guggen Squad ones, and a couple others. So this I'll definitely give to her. Camera lady Misty there. It says that face shield is $16.99. So I'm thinking that may be a little high. I don't really know much about Tug. I'll look into it, but you know, it definitely feels like it's really good quality for sure. So next thing we got here, we got a sticker bundle. It says it's $11.99 for the stickers, and there are a lot of stickers. There's like 10 of them, and it looks like just a random assortment of different, some trout stickers, bass stickers, a couple of like funny ones. So $11.99. I mean, average sticker price on most of your websites, you order stickers like $1, $2. So that's probably pretty close. So those things out of the way, let's see what some of these lures are. First thing we got here, oh, this is something that, actually she'll probably end up fishing with this before I get a chance to, if I know her. It's the Lunker Hunt Gambit swim bait. So I see these in the store all the time. It's a 5/8 ounce, 5/8 of an ounce, 4.5 inch. The color is Runner. I'm really trying to get more into swim bait fishing, of these type of swim baits. I'm fairly comfortable with the Kitech style, but these I'm really, I actually,
Look, you done lost that one.
I didn't know this was plastic, or yeah, this is plastic. It's pre-rigged, so the hook's already there. Very sharp hook. It's got, feels like there's a weight right here in the head. So that free-flowing action just looks incredible. feels great. Feels very, very durable, actually. I thought this was a hard bait. I didn't know these were plastic. That's actually really cool. It says that the price on this is $9.99. That's pretty accurate. I believe they're like $8.99 or $9.49 at Bass Pro and Academy, somewhere in that area. So $9.99, that's pretty accurate as far as a retail price. So it's not grossly inflated like some of the boxes I've seen from other companies. So that's pretty accurate. Next, we've got something else from Lunker Hunt. This is Lunker Hunt Customs. These are the football heads. So, okay, this is really cool. So, they're 3-inch little, what they call hog grubs, and 1/4 ounce spade football heads. So, I guess spade being their black heads. So, there's that. Lunker Hunt, I've noticed, is really good about, like, they'll send you hooks pretty much designed for the baits they send you, which I think is really cool. So you got these little football style jig heads here. You got your bait keepers there. Very, very sharp hook. That is a very sharp hook. Super sticky. These little grubs, they're black, solid black. Look like kind of like a little mixture of a paddle tail swim bait and a grub. So, you know, I'm sure definitely put that in there. Yeah, you get yourself a little small swim bait there. So that's definitely that'll work out well in some of the ponds I fish around here that are a lot more stained and dirty. I've been having a lot of luck with swim baits this year, so that's definitely going to be something I'm definitely excited to fish with. If I can get this closed back up and on to the next one. All right, next thing here from Lunker Hunt. This is the Yappa Bug. So everything I've noticed so far and everything I'm seeing in here, it's all name brand stuff. It's Egg Zone, Mayhem, Smart Baits, Lunker Hunt. There's a lot of Lunker Hunt in here. So these are all high quality, and that's important. I mean, if you're going to be spending money every month, you want quality. So back to this Yappa Bug. Now, if you notice, my Monster Bass box last month was a Lunker Hunt takeover, and I got the Yappa Rat. Well, this is a little similar. So this color is Roach. So here's this guy. Kind of looks like a giant roach or cicada. And it's got that kind of like plastic jitterbug face on it there. The body's actually very sturdy. I mean, that's really tough, like almost rubber. It's easily pliable though. The hook's set up nice. They're super sharp. This thing is incredibly light.
So we know that I'm gonna backlash.
No, you'll probably be the one to catch a 5-pounder off this thing, and I'll end up backlashing with it. So it's a 1/2 ounce, 2.75 inches. It's the Yappa Bug. It says it retails for $9.99. Once again, just like the Gambit, when I see them at Bass Pro, they're usually like $8.99 or $9.49. So that's pretty accurate. I mean, they're not far off. These prices are pretty spot on. It says this Lunker Hunt kit here, $7.99. That's probably about right. I know they're Descend series like I got last month with the Craws and the Lunker Hunt Takeover. Those retail at about $7 or $8. So that's about accurate too. It's pretty spot on. So this next thing we got here, is Mayhem Bait Company with Liquid Mayhem. So these are the Mayhem Incursion Craws in green pumpkin, 4-inch. And as you can see in the pack there, has a little tube of a small tube of their liquid Mayhem, but it's attractant. So let's see what we've got here. That's pretty cool. So it's a 5-pack of these. Let's look at these Incursion Craws. So your standard little beaver style crawl bait. You got that beaver kind of body. Feels very durable actually. Nice hook slot in it. Head's nice and durable. Shouldn't rip too terribly easy. Claws kick really well. Looks got little appendages there in the hands. So it looks like a real solid little creature bait. Green pumpkin, can't beat it. I mean, and then you got this little tube here, a 10 milliliter tube of the freshwater series, made with real bait fish. Looks like it's gonna be like a shad type scent. Once again, not for human consumption, so I see this on so many things. Whoever is eating this stuff, stop. Just stop, okay? I know it smells like fish. It's not. Just stop. Now, one of the things about this liquid Mayhem, I got a big tube of this in the shad scent. It's the same scent in a Monster Bass box a couple months ago. It works. I can tell you that. You take just a little bit of this, and what I do, they say rub it on the bait. What I do is I squirt some of it in the pack, and I just rub it around in the pack and let them marinate in it. And then if I need to reapply, it says about every 30 casts or so, I will. But that's what I do with it. I just put a little bit in there and rub it around in the pack. It stinks, but it works surprisingly, and it does. What I have found, one of the things it says it makes the fish hold on longer, it does. I've noticed with some of my baits where a bass may come up and eat it and then spit it out within a couple seconds because it doesn't taste right. With this stuff on there, they eat it and they hold it and they start to swim off with it because it tastes, I guess, a little more natural to them. But for whatever reason, it does work. So that's really cool. It says that retails for $10.99. I've never seen those in stores. I know the company very well. I would say that's probably pretty accurate. I'd have to look it up, but that's probably pretty accurate considering the quality and the fact you're getting this attractant with it. So this next thing here, smart baits. These are finesse worms. Color changing baits. This is a 5-pack. Okay, so I've seen these before. I've never fished with them. You look on the back there. So supposedly, what's supposed to happen is as the temperature of the water changes, so does the color of the bait, I guess, to suit the water temperature. I don't know much about these. I just know that they're a quality company. I've heard a lot of people speak about them. The bait feels well made. It's very, it's like a coffee kind of color right now with a black flake. Feels very well made. It's your standard trick worm, finesse worm. So as my wife is back there about to cry because she decided to rub something in her eyes while she's filming, so if it gets a little shaky, I apologize. So these, I like fishing finesse worms. I love fishing with them on a drop shot. I've even wacky rigged these before and it works well. So I mean, I'm definitely going to give them a try. I want to see how this color change technology works. It says they imitate live bleeding bait fish based on watercolor. So we'll see. It says these retail for $7.99. I don't know enough about them to know if that is very accurate or not, but I will definitely look into that. But it seems pretty accurate. I know that some of the other stuff I've seen on the market by them has been a little pricey, but I've also heard good things about it, so definitely gonna try it out. Probably put that on a drop shot or a shaky head. Next thing we got here, the Egg Zone Finesse Slammers. So these are 3.25 inch. It's a 10 pack of the Big Limit color. So these look interesting. Egg Zone, I'm a big fan of theirs. Their beaver bait, the Adrenaline Bug, is one of my favorite lures made right now. I can't get enough of that thing. It's so durable. The quality of their baits, their blitz worms, I've caught a ton of fish on them this summer. So this little guy, I'm not even sure if you can really see that good, but so I'm gonna get that in a little bit better focus for you. So that color is odd, to say the least. Got this little, paddle tail on the rear, almost like a watermelony gold color on the top with a bunch of different flake in it, like some red and gold and everything. Like a pinkish clear bottom with some silver flake. So this is definitely a weird color, but I could actually potentially see, definitely the way the bait's shaped, you could definitely put that on a drop shot. And me, just because I don't know if I'm psychotic or what, but I would rig this up with a very small braid hook and just drag this on the bottom with that flat bottom. Just drag it across. For whatever reason, the couple lakes I go to the most, I catch more fish just dragging baits across the bottom and disturbing the silt and the flat areas than anything else. Fish, I'll flip into a stump that I know a fish is sitting in. I can see the fish and it'll look at it. I can flip that same bait out the side of it and drag it on the bottom past, and it'll come storming out of there and hit it. So I don't know, maybe it's just what they like at that particular lake, but so it says that those retail for $6.99, 10 pack. That's pretty legit. That's probably about right. I know when I've seen them at like Sportsman's Warehouse and things like that, it's usually around $7. So that's pretty legit. Now my mystery bait. Oh no. Okay. There's one color that both my daughters and my wife have asked me to buy something in, and I refuse to do it because I refuse to admit that this color works as well as it does. But now I don't have a choice. Bubblegum. Egg Zone 5 inch, the true center stick, their Senko style bait in bubblegum. Any of you that have bass fished for any amount of time know that in the summertime, for whatever reason, whether any of us want to admit it, this color works. Methylate, just pure chartreuse, they work. But bubblegum, I don't know why, but fish love it. It's got this thing called the exclusive Wacky Zone.
Wacky rig it right up and catch all kinds of fish.
Oh, that's actually really cool. All right, see if you can show that to the camera. That little zone right there, they've actually pre-shown you exactly where the dead center of this bait is with that little ring, so you know exactly where to rig this thing to have a perfect wacky rig every time. So that is really cool. It's very pliable, very durable. It's got that really crazy licoricey smell to it. And as much as I hate to say it, this will probably catch just as much, if not more fish than everything else in this box.
Just like every other color I tell you to get.
One, it's a Senko stick bait design, which for whatever reason is like the most producing fish catching style of bait that there is. And two, it's summertime, so bubblegum will just slay them. And it says this was $6.99. So overall, I'd say the realistic value of this box is probably somewhere between $75 and $78. Realistically, they're saying $89.91, so that might be a little high. Now, you know, where they're based out of, that may be closer to what it is in retail there. I know if I were to buy some of the same baits in, like, let's say Baltimore when I lived up there, prices are a little higher. So, but for here, it's pretty accurate. And for just paying shipping and handling, and $5 for a mystery lure, that's a $7 value, which is, I'd say, pretty legit on that. That's a really good value. I mean, you can't pass that up. That's amazing. So far, I'm pretty impressed with Rish Tacklebox. But here's where we really see how good they are, and that's in the monthly box. And as she was just saying, so there's this weird thing. I can go and fish a lake 1,000 times, and I know these fish, man. I know what they'll hit. I figured them out. I can go every day and I can catch 3, 4, 20 bass. For whatever reason, she can pick out the goofiest looking baits or colors that I don't think will work, and that I may not catch as many fish, but usually the biggest ones I catch come off the crazy stuff that she picks. So I don't know why. The biggest fish I've caught all year, she's been begging me to buy these, I bought some 10.5-inch worms in a bunch of different colors, but I would not buy this watermelon seed because I already had watermelon candy, and I was like, I don't need two, blah, blah, blah. Lo and behold, the biggest fish I catch all year so far, a little over 4 pounds, came off of one of those 10.5-inch watermelon seed, which anybody knows watermelon seed, clear water, it's a no-brainer. I personally like green pumpkin. In the lake that I fish at mostly, it works. I think they bite it a little better, but that day I caught that fish and like 4 others within about 35 minutes on the same one worm, which any of you fishermen out there, that's amazing. Catching more than like 2 fish off a plastic worm without it tearing is incredible, but I caught like 5 fish on this one, and I wouldn't even tell her what I caught them on for a while because it was, you know, I told you so, I told you so. So I may not catch as many fish on the baits that she picks, but for some reason the bigger fish I catch all come off what she picks, and they're usually the weirdest colors, known to man. But all right, so let's get into this monthly box here. Let's see what's in here. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Sitting right on the top here is a bait that I said I would never buy because it looks too weird. Okay. The Live Target Bait Ball Lipless Crankbait. So,
got a bunch of different heads.
This thing just looks crazy. So what do we got here? Let me look at the specs on this. There we go. All right. This is 2.5-inch, 5/8 of an ounce, blue chartreuse shad is the name of the color. Oh my. Okay. Here's the weird part. Okay, that is a very loud rattle, and these hooks are very sharp. Like, barely have to touch them, and they're trying to go through my skin sharp. The more I look at this thing's actually clear, the way it looks. So, you got like a clear silver bottom, chartreuse head, but you got all these little fish like a bait ball on the side, and it's pretty much see-through. So I mean, in clear water, I could throw this, and it's so light. Now that I'm sitting down looking at this thing and looking at the contours, that's a very hard plastic. I'm actually kind of excited to fish with this. It's not as weird as it looks in the package once you get it up front, because going through the water, you know, like this, I can actually see how that may look like a small school tiny bait fish. That's actually a pretty genius design. I'm actually kind of excited. See what happens. So now there's no price stickering that I see in here of how much these are. I know these usually retail somewhere in around the like $8 to $10 range, from what I remember seeing them at. So it's pretty cool. Okay, the sticker, MILF, man, I love fishing. So just because it's funny, that's going on my truck. So these guys really like Lunker Hunt. We got another one of those customs packs. This is a 3.5 inch length swim bait and a 1/4 ounce, what they call a wings swim head. So I guess it's got little wings painted on it. So there you go. It's kind of like a pearl color. As you can see, I'm not going to take these out, but the sides of it there, they're the flat contour. So they'll, you know, fit right up against that jig head, and it'll look more natural, more of a straight through kind of rigging. So you don't have that, you know, sometimes triangle head mixed with a Kitech body. This will look like it's actually just one jointed piece when you rig it up, which can make a difference. I don't know how much of a difference, but I'm sure that does help and it looks more natural for sure. So that's pretty cool. Okay, this is a company called Fanatic, and these are called Larva. They look like little Hellgrammites. So they're 1.6 inch, and it says color 023. It's like an orangish color with a black flake. It's very see-through. That I can see bass maybe hitting that on, maybe putting on like a little Ned, a small Ned head, like a 1/10 ounce or something. Throw this on some ultralight tackle and do some bluegill fishing with it, or do some crappie fishing. Now, what I do see is the bottom here has got those ribs in it, kind of like how the D-bomb has that extra water displacement. So that's really cool. Not something I would have thought of seeing in a bass box normally, but definitely get some water time out of that. All right, let's see, what do we got here? Oh Lord. Okay, the Lunker Hunt Prop Turtle. Well, if nothing else, it looks cool. It's a little Ninja Turtle. So the color is swamp. Does it have any weight on it or anything? I don't see a weight on this of how much it weighs. Feels like it weighs probably about like a 1/2 ounce or so. Let's see. Alright, let's take this guy out and see what we got going on here. Alright, so, well, this trailer hook design is really cool. So this is like a almost rubber, but it flexes down easy, super sharp hooks. Now, this is what I was talking about with that trailer hook design. So it's hooked in the back there. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to turn around and get you snagged. It's going to stay sitting straight up. The feet are both propellers, almost like whopper plopper propellers on both sides. So that actually looks really cool. I love the topwater fish, so that's definitely something that I'll definitely give this a try, because some of the smaller ponds, especially like park ponds I fish at around here, have a huge turtle population. So I'm sure at some point bass are looking at these little turtles swimming around, so that definitely may work. All right, on to the next. Okay, so this last thing in here. Okay. Anyway, we got some more egg zone here. Lunker Hunt egg zone seem to be real popular with these guys, which I'm not complaining about. I love both of them. 8-pack. I have not seen a sample pack yet. These are all full packs, and that is very important. If you're paying the money, you need to be getting full packs. I mean, I can't stress that enough to these guys. One of the main things about these tackle boxes is help getting some of these lure companies' names out there, helping. You're sending 2 or 3 in a pack, in a sample pack, all you're doing is making your consumer mad. You know, cough up the extra little cash, send them a full pack, let them really use these things and really start to like them, because you snag a couple in that 3-pack and then you catch 1 or 2 fish on the other one, you just don't even care anymore. But this, you got 8 of these. Let's say you lose 2 or 3 from a snag, you still got 5 or 6. Catch a bunch of fish on them. Next thing you know, somebody might be hooked on this lure. So, you know, I give them props for that. That's definitely cool. So this is their 6-inch whiptail shad, or excuse me, whiplash shad, 6-inch and baby bass. So this has me pretty excited, because I love to fish with flukes, fluke style baits, and I love the baby bass color. In northern Georgia, especially in this area, for whatever reason, if I go to a river, if I go to a pond, if I go to the lake, this color, for me, outperforms green pumpkin in this area. And that's saying a lot. You got your nice little belly slot there. You got the gold flake, the black flake, and it's got a single tail on it, like a worm style tail. It's got a little contour on the head. So, I mean, I fish these on drop shots. I fish them Texas rig weightless, which is my favorite way. Fish them like a jerk bait and just get that erratic action going. So, this is awesome. For me, anyway. Now, we've had some crazy lures. The crazy color-wise, whatever this is, definitely takes the cake. So this company, oh, there's a Berkeley sticker all the way at the bottom down there. It's got Crypto Lures. Not really heard of these guys. Don't really know much about them. There's really no color on here as to what color this is. Not for human consumption though. Don't eat the plastic. No. Put it down and don't eat it. So, yeah, that's right. I'll get dad voice with you. Don't eat the plastic. So, this color, I guess it's like a Rambo camo or something. I don't know. And if that's not a color, it should be Rambo camo. Come on, man. Rambo camo. All right, so I don't know. It's red, yellow, black. It's like a little trick worm, finesse worm, kind of. Put this on a shaky head, or I don't know. I guess this is what happens to a banana when you leave it in the sun for like 3 days or something. I'm not sure, but that, oh, so there's one here that didn't get any of the red on it. So this is a color. So you got a black and you got all that yellow on the top and a yellow swirl at the bottom. That's actually not bad looking. So that's kind of cool. But you can throw this on a drop shot too. They're very pliable. They seem pretty well made. Don't seem overly soft or over. Like they're going to tear easy. They seem, like I said, pretty well made. Except for the fact that, and I'm just going to call this Rambo camo since they didn't put anything on this as to what color this was. This is one of the craziest looking color schemes I have ever seen. I don't even really know exactly how to describe this. I mean, it's cool. It's weird looking, but I'm sure I can catch a fish on it. I mean, it's summertime. They'll bite just about anything if you present it in the right way. So, overall, I mean, outside of these couple little, the larva and this, all well-known brands, and maybe I just don't know them. You know, I'm gonna definitely look them up and see, but definitely worth 30 bucks. There's 6 baits in here, full packs, some good stuff. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I really don't have much bad to say about it. And I can tell you this, their customer service is incredible. So I ordered those boxes on the 31st. And it said about 2 to 3 days they would ship. So come like Thursday of last week, Friday, I called just to get an update because I hadn't seen them. They were very courteous. Somebody answered the phone within like 3 rings. You don't have to go through any automated stuff. You get a live person. The lady was more than happy to help, gave me a tracking number and all that, because we weren't going to be home a lot this last weekend, so I wanted to see if they were going to arrive. I could arrange, you know, have somebody pick them up off my front porch or whatever, so they wouldn't potentially get stolen, or, you know, we have some dogs in our area that like to run around, so, you know, some people don't keep them on their leashes or keep them in their yards, so they run around freely, so. They were more than happy to give me tracking info. They were really, really awesome about, you know, just being very nice and always, you know, asking, is there anything else I can help you with? Any more questions? Very, very courteous. Very great, a great experience with them so far. The boxes seem like they're legit. Don't see any of those like fake brands like you would in some of the other boxes. Don't see any sample packs. The only thing I think I would like to see is at least with like Mystery Tacklebox or Monster Bass, you get some of the little tips and tricks cards, which are kind of cool because a lot of them pertain to some of the lures they put in the box. Maybe give you a different idea that you may not have had. I think that would be something that they could definitely look at doing. Now I do know, once you subscribe to them and you go on their website and you register, you can get access to books and videos and things like that at no extra charge that you can read and watch and all that, for all these different tips and tricks. Excuse me. So that's pretty cool. I will say that I've been fairly impressed with them so far. My Monster Bass box will be in probably tomorrow or the next day. It usually gets here between the 10th and the 12th. So once it gets here, we'll make an unboxing video for that. I will say this, I'm super excited about it. It's topwater month, and I love the topwater fish. So also, I'm gonna be investing in a GoPro here very soon. A lot of people have asked me, especially on Facebook and all, to do some live action videos of fishing. So especially testing out some of these lures and all to see how they work. So I'm definitely going to invest in a GoPro here in the next couple weeks, get some live action videos out there. Maybe do some box slams. As you can tell, it's getting about bedtime for me. Do some box slams, things like that. Got some new videos coming up here soon. A lot of them are going to be on bank fishing. It's primarily what I do is bank fish. Some helpful hints, do's and don'ts, and things like that. So those will be out in the next week or two. With mine and my wife's work schedule right now, it's been a little bit hectic. So especially having two small girls, so we've been trying to just keep things running and keep the content as good as we can. We will be trying to make as many posts in the next few weeks as we can. Got a lot of videos I want to touch base on, Texas rigs, things like that. So just stay tuned. I'll definitely hit that subscribe button, hit those like buttons. It is helping out. I mean, right now we're still new. Not many people know about us yet. And if you haven't seen the other videos, I really want to have a children's outreach with this. That's my ultimate goal with this whole thing. I want to get the name out there enough to be able to go to some of these companies and see if maybe I can say, hey, I want to get kids out there fishing again. I like to take my daughters fishing as much as we can. Even if it's just fishing with hot dogs for bluegill or whatever. We go out there, and I think it's important getting kids out there, get them outdoors, fishing, hiking, doing those kinds of things instead of being inside on computers or cell phones or whatever all day long. And giving them a different outlet, giving them something fun that they can do, something that they can work harder, work on and get better and better at it, give them that sense of accomplishment and everything. I think that's important in life. I think it's important for children to have things like that they can do. So that's really what I want to, my ultimate goal with this is if it turns into a business and it's something I can do for a living, where I can fish for a living, that'd be awesome. But that's not why I really made this. I made this to be able to give back for my daughters, for my grandchildren, other children out there maybe that don't have those outlets, that need those outlets. Find a way to reach out and help people out, and adults too. Get out on the water. It's relaxing. It can be something you just forget about what's going on and just go out there and catch some fish and have some fun. But definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn some people onto this channel. And if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I will have a Instagram and a Facebook launch for this channel in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. And all feedback is greatly appreciated. I hope I can learn from you guys just as much as you learn from me. I hope that some of these things I talk about helps you. But until next time, I hope y'all have a good night.